Ba, ba, ba. Oh, so this is Lindsay giving feedback to Jack for Unit 5, audio. So you've got a massive range here. Distinctions, passes, distinctions, da la la. So let's go through it. And then we'll talk about your ideas for your final major if you've got any yet. So, notes here. Jack. Task 1, 2 great analyses. What happened to the third? Let me just check I wasn't being a twonk. I've got a feeling I'm being a twonk. Did you have to do 3? Oh yeah, 3. 3! But what you have done, Jack, is a distinction. Marvellous. Did you enjoy doing this unit?
No, not really.
Have you enjoyed doing any this year?
I haven't sort of hit my stride yet.
No, you haven't, have you? What's that?
I don't know. I've been trying, just haven't. So it hasn't been as. I don't know what the word is.
I know when we're in 35A, there's that I don't like the way your row goes, actually.
In one row, but
yeah, you're still doing similar in that one, really. I'll talk about that off the air, though. You've done lots of good stuff, but yeah, I agree. You were on fire at the end of last year, and your fire's like...
I'm doing really well.
Good. Whose project did you get? Production?
Misha's.
Oh, yeah, and he's going to be organised. In fact, I like his idea. It's really fun. And that's a really good opportunity for you making that as well. You've not done green screen before, have you? No, and it's funny. What was your production? Sorry, what was your product that you picked out?
Colouring pens.
And who's doing that?
Archie.
Okay, how's that going?
Yeah, it's doing it.
Yeah, Archie's good on technical stuff. He can be a little bit flaky here and there, but he's very good on technical stuff. Okay, so can you see that it's distinction what you've written? It's just you didn't cover all of it. Can you see that? Can you see that? Right, second task merit. Bits missing, but what is done is good. So there was 2 parts to this. Okay, so to make sure you 100% get up to distinctions, I need any bits where you've made something that looks like it comes out of your head. You need to back it out of research. Not anything. Oh, have you only done 1 film? Yeah, you meant to do. Oh no, you've done 2. Sorry, 3. Very briefly. You're always up against the same thing. You do think about things deeply. You're just not very good at necessarily getting the words down. Okay, there is one of the best at using diegetic sound and non-diegetic because it blends them together. When the explosion occurs, the Foley for them is in slow motion, so the explosion sound is in slow motion. So are you saying that the Foley is the explosion? How did they make that explosion as Foley?
The sound in it.
No, but how did they make... So Foley is when you're not using the proper thing to...
Yeah.
So would they have recorded an explosion? Or then it's not Foley.
Exposure.
Do you know what I mean? So all they've done is taken the sound of an explosion and slowed it down. That's post-production. So would they have
but it wouldn't sound like that.
So how have they made the Foley of an explosion? Have they got a balloon, blown it up, burst it in a pit of sand, recorded it, and that's where they've got... Do you know what I mean?
Maybe.
I'd have to say that up.
But it's
but you know what I mean?
something like that.
So that's what you need to look into. So to get that up to distinction, you Google how to make an explosion sound using Foley. I very much doubt people go around blowing things up to get explosion sounds. So where do they get the explosion sounds from? Or do they buy them off the internet and use fan sounds? So that's what's going to get you proving that you're working to a distinction level. And also it's going to enhance your work, isn't it, if you know how to get that sound. Yeah, so you get that. You get that, don't you? So you've written what's in them, but you haven't said how you would make that yourself, which was the whole point. So, yeah, well done. A lot of people just didn't do this. Did we ever chat about this?
No.
Because I did try and chat about it. Have you got experiments as well on where you've used your... You've only got one vlog on this whole project. One. Oh, that's the same vlog. And when you say scanning the brief, you literally are scanning the brief. You're not even talking over it, Jack.
Did it not?
I might be wrong. Let me double check. No.
I was talking like that.
So I'm going, all right, he's just showing me the brief. I could do that. And those two are both the same. So there's one vlog. Right, so what I don't have is where are the experiments? Where are the experiments of what you've done? And I did so constantly. So, examples, irritatingly, because I know you get it in your head, you're just not doing it. Experiments.
Okay, welcome to my task 2 vlog.
So he's opening them up, he's explaining what's good, what's bad, he's putting them in post, he's showing how they're twiddling with them. Yeah. And you know that theory. And you've done the worksheet. However, oh, right, are we still talking? Oh, bugger. Oh, yeah. However, here's somebody else, higher level of the worksheet. All the equipment, pros and cons, issues with filming in all the different places, general use of effects. It's everything that was on the worksheet that you were asked to cover. Audio recording tests, specific tests that this person's done. So they didn't have a vlog of them testing it, but they've actually got stuff here and it explains what the issues are. That's distinction. The link being here that your weakest area on this project, ironically, was the audio. And you did exactly what I suggested you shouldn't do, and that was, this is what you got the pass for here, you just whacked music over most of it. And you did walk it up near the end, but you just kept that music on all the way through. I'm hoping that now you've seen all the other productions and how they used audio, you can see the point of what it was all about. And obviously, we've never really looked at audio in detail. I know you did a bit on level 2, just how to get recordings of interviews and stuff. But the whole point was you've pushed the camera around, you've pushed editing around, done a bit of animations. Now let's make sure you really understand all the audio recording equipment, how you can use Foley to underpin stories and stuff. And because you've slapped music in for most of it, I'm going to give it a pass. So George, do you remember George's project with the watermill? It wasn't particularly spectacular at all. However, when he told us that the mic didn't work at all, he got every single sound with a mic in his bedroom. So he was doing things like wobbling his wardrobe to make it sound like the mill going round. That's the distinction, because he's played every single sound, turning the taps on in the sink, because it's all total Foley. And when I watched the production, I thought, it's alright. None of the audio stood out as being wrong. I thought he'd literally just gone out and filmed and got all the sound, but when he told me that the mic didn't work and had to create all of it, you're like, boom, you've completely nailed creating Foley audio. You put music under yours. It might have made your production great, but you're not showing how. And so therefore the experiments aren't all there in detail, and that's and even the analysing how Foley was made. George's task 1, he's totally broken down how Foley was made right at the beginning in each film that he looked at. Again, I don't mean to say George is the best ever, but it just shows that he totally then knew how to produce Foley recordings and how to manipulate sound. So that's why you've dropped that bit there, which is a bit of a shame, because what you did with all the ink and everything was beautiful and really, really worked. And I really like the fact I like where you're at actually, Jack, because last year you just went camera work, camera work, camera work, camera work. You could have arrived in September and just carried that on all year, and every time you did a bit of filming, everyone would go, oh my God, that looks amazing, which is what he's done. Never gone out of his comfort zone, but actually what you've been doing, which is more beneficial to you, is you've been going, all right, I'm going to go out of my comfort zone. I'm going to make, like, your editing and camera work on your music video was brilliant, but you pushed your comfort zone. You didn't just go for pure cinematography. You were like, okay, I want to explore everything. And also the way you built up the story in that was brilliant. You weren't just using your brother walking through a field, the way you looked at the transitions between people. I'd much rather you go through the whole course and you're not totally satisfied with the end production, but you're exploring, because at the end you're going to have a whole load more new experiences than somebody that just only does cinematography all the time. One trick pony. So even now doing this with me, Carl, you know he's good at camera as well, so are you. He's what he expects is a high level, so do you. Working together on this and doing things you've never done before, like the green screen, special effects, to just do a collage, pilot. Again, it's all a new experience for you. So by the end of your first year, you might not feel you've got your mojo, but what you have done is you've got new skill, new skill, new skill, new skill. The one you haven't done it on is the audio. You have on the visuals of the audio, but not on the audio of the audio. So, you know, you kind of need to look at that, because if you are going down the cinematography route, you've got to know how to do audio and Foley anyway. But I think the fact that you've taken risks and tried different stuff, and on that project, is the reason you've dropped the P there, because if it wasn't an audio project, if that had been a music video, you wouldn't have dropped that to a P. But ironically, you've gone, I really want to try this with camera, I want to experiment, I want to be abstract, the lighting, the tonic water, you really pushed all that around. If you'd done that for a music video, it would have been a different scenario, wouldn't it? Yeah, so you get all of that, don't you? Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, okay. So,